that's really smart rather than just being called smart. You need your car traffic analytics. You need medical analysis on people. You need a smart power grid, a model of everything happening in the city. You need to integrate all these systems together into a whole. So then the city almost becomes like the body of an AI. Now we're seeing the build out of specific subsystems of cities in smart ways. And I think over the next few years, you're going to see these subsystems connected together until you get really an integrated mind for the whole.
We're going to a different economy, and we're going to be learning more about that as we go. But clearly, we're learning that things can be done from remote locations. We're learning that technology can replace people even more than we thought.
We're not going back to the same economy. We're recovering, but to a different economy, and it'll be one that is more leveraged to technology. And I worry that that is going to make it even more difficult than it was for many workers.
In Silicon Valley, and my friends who work in technology know that what we did to the manufacturing workers, we are now going to do to the retail workers, the call center workers, the fast food workers, the truck drivers, and then even bookkeepers, accountants, insurance agents, lawyers, and on through the economy. So what happened to the manufacturing workers is a very clear sign.
This effort, and China has big plans for this. They intend to seed their digital yuan into the global environment by giving it away to visitors at next winter's Olympics. When they arrive at the airport, they're going to get yuan digital wallets. They're going to receive digital yuan. They're going to use it throughout their visits to Beijing, and then they're going to take it back to their home countries. They see this as a huge advantage. Why? Because who controls the underlying protocols, who controls the underlying standards of the future of money will control the future of money.
I'll start with the SingularityNet software platform, which is really the foundation for all the other cool stuff that's going on. Obviously, the big news on the platform side is SingularityNet Phase 2, and in particular, the partnership with Cardano and IOHK. And our platform team is heavily focusing on that right now. In the immediate term, there's, I guess, 4 things. There's making the Cardano version of the token, and that's working now on the Cardano testnet. There's forking the Ethereum AGI token to create a new version that is able to be converted back and forth with the Cardano version of the token or other versions of the token. We got to get all the current Ethereum-based platform to work with the new version of the Ethereum token. There's working closely with the IOHK Cardano team on converting back and forth between the ADA and Ethereum versions, which ultimately there's going to be sophisticated ways to do that within the Cardano wallets. We're working on some shortcuts for that back and forth conversion that will let us launch it more quickly than the most sophisticated versions may be ready. Then working with the IOHK Cardano guys also on initial functionalities for the ADA, the Cardano version of the token. So say staking will be an early functionality. We're planning to offer significantly nicer staking rewards for the AGI on Cardano token than we have been for the Ethereum version, and most likely the staking contracts will be available before the full port of SingularityNet Marketplace to Cardano. In all of this, our goal is to make as much of the back end of SingularityNet blockchain independent as possible. I mean, some different code for different blockchains obviously is necessary. You got Solidity on the Ethereum side and Plutus on the Cardano side, but the inner workings of the marketplace, things like the reputation system, the AIDSL for agents to talk to each other, a lot of these things can be the same regardless of the underlying blockchain, and that's just
burning timber. And
I don't burn timber to mine Bitcoin. I think that the as far as I know, the only proven way to secure a crypto network is through proof of work. The only proven bulletproof way.
What burden of proof do you want? We've written dozens of papers. The scientific community is okay. We have networks worth collectively.
I need more dozens of papers. I mean, look, I think what we need.
They're running. They're live. They're not hacked. There's never been a consensus problem. There's collectively more than $100 billion of value secured. At what point does the burden of proof occur?
Yeah. Well, no, look, it's a good point. We can't debate it now, but you're wrong. I think you're wrong deep down, but also you're
no, I don't know.
You're financially incentivized to be wrong.
You know you're wrong. No, I know I'm right because
actually, Charles, I'd love to talk about this, but we don't have now is not the time.
I'm going to arrange it. I'm going to get Charles and Mike, and we're going to talk about proof of work versus proof of stake. I think this needs to be a show.
My quick answer to the question is Bitcoin. ETH is priced in Bitcoin. Every trader looks at ETH priced in Bitcoin. Until ETH is no longer priced in Bitcoin and Bitcoin is priced in ETH, if I had to choose and I couldn't do 50-50 ETH Bitcoin, I'd go 100% Bitcoin. It's the alpha and the omega. So
I'm gonna arrange a show one day with Mike and Charles, and we're gonna talk about proof of work and proof of stake, because it seems like this is unfinished business. That's the only way I can describe it. It's unfinished business.
If I lose a debate to a man in a poncho, I'm going to be embarrassed. So we're going to have to figure out what we're going to wear.
Become an NFT, and we're going to sell it for $50 million.
Yeah.
So proof of work is a way in which the computers that make up the Bitcoin network and the Ethereum network and many other crypto networks kind of talk to each other and agree on what messages to process in what order. And the way proof of work, you can think of it as a kind of sort of voting mechanism where, you know, 1 unit of computing power, 1 vote. Like, that's a huge oversimplification, but it's kind of an okay way to think about it. Proof of stake replaces that with like essentially 1 coin inside of the system equals 1 vote. And
welcome to the Crypto Teacher. And guys, you know, I come back with that video just to make you think. And Ben Gertzio had talked about smart cities a long time ago. And all across the country, right behind that C word, we're seeing the technology moving in. Even before the infrastructure package even got passed, all across the country is starting to see the build out for the 4th Industrial Revolution. We already see plenty of these charging stations. Inside the stores, no cashiers. All we're starting to see is automation and self-checkout. So we know the robots, algorithms, and drones are right around the corner. Plus, we have Michael Arrington debating with the programmer, which makes no sense whatsoever. We know the 4th Industrial Revolution platform is going to be built on Ethereum and Cardano. And yes, Ripple and Stellar Network will move these currencies at almost 0 cost. But don't forget, blockchain is to take humanity out the picture. Because we know, when it comes to the New World Order, it's all planned out. You have a wonderful day. The most powerful person in the world is the storyteller. The storyteller sets the vision, values, and agenda of an entire generation to come. Steve Jobs. And guys, you know I truly believe in this. When you look at the New World Order, they're the storytellers. And that's the reason why I wrote my New World Order book. But guys, now it's time to change the current generation. And I wrote 3 kids' books. You know I love the Trinity because I understand the power that's in it. So I have 3 books. We have an opportunity to change the generation, to educate, not just me, but I want to show you that I take action on a daily basis. And I want you to take action on a daily basis. Whether it's your job, whether it's in your community, we have an opportunity right now to educate the masses. I posted this on my Twitter account. Please share, but this is a short clip of the 3 books. There's going to be a clothing line and action figures. Please get these books for your kids, nephews, cousins, friends. So therefore, we can start the re-education now. Because as we see, the 4th Industrial Revolution foundation is definitely here. Robots, algorithms, drones, taking humanity out the picture. We have to re-educate. But let's get into the video.
Part 1. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save the village. Part 2. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save New York from COVID 33. Part 3. King Joshua and Grandma Tam goes to China.
It's mandatory to get part 1, part 2, and part 3 of this series. It's time to re-educate Generation Z.